happy.
Naim, we're in Amsterdam. We've been at the Kairos conference. How do you feel the conference has gone?
I think it went very well. I was very pleased. I think it's becoming more and more obvious that there are many concerned Dutch people, and they're speaking more clearly and more courageously. And I think all indications that change is taking place also within Holland. It's going to take a long time.
Change from what to what?
From a totally pro-Israel stance that is very rigid to a much more open stance for justice, to look at Israel not with a blind support, but when Israel is doing okay or doing justice, they stand with it. But if it is not doing justice, then they don't mind turning and opposing it, in that sense.
How do you feel about the UN vote for a Palestinian state? As a Palestinian, is it a long time coming?
Yeah, I think we should have been there. We should have given up on the United States a long time ago, because the United States has not been an honest broker in this whole thing, and we kept trusting that they will do justice, but it's very clear that they cannot do justice, and so that's one. Secondly, the United Nations has always been the right address, should have been, because that's where the problem started, and they have a responsibility to find a solution, and so I'm glad that finally the Palestinians will be going to the United Nations and demand justice.
What do you feel the outcome is going to be, the most likely outcome?
It's very difficult to predict, but I think regardless, I think it's a good step that we need to take, and hopefully that we will wait until the vote is taken, and we would need then to strategize again what to do, because it's not very clear.
Yeah.
And we have to wait. We have to wait to see what steps we need to take.
And what are the next steps for Seville?
Well, I think one is as soon as the vote is taken, we need to sit down with the board and strategize. But we also have our own planning and strategizing for our programs, the ongoing programs that have to be there. But in addition to all of that, the big question would be how is it going to affect us after the vote, and what kind of action we would need to take.
How Israel will react either way.
Yes.
And how you must respond.
Yeah, exactly. We'd have to, and I think that will happen. Yeah.
What's the next conference coming up for Seville?
We have local conferences all the time. I mean, small conferences
for church leaders, for students.
Yeah, we have. Hopefully, early next year, we have for all clergy, and one on interfaith clergy and Muslim clerics. We are beginning to prepare for that, and maybe one of those will take place even before the end of the year. Yeah, so there are things we're planning, but we'll see. Yeah.
Are you optimistic about the future for Palestine?
Oh yeah. We have to be.
The time is coming.
We're always hopeful. Hope is always there, because hope stems from our faith. Our faith in God, our faith in the movement, even in the Middle East now, is towards change. Hopefully it's good change.
Naim, thank you very much.
You're welcome.